different ideas of how we can lose body fat, okay, and there's a lot of good ways that we can do it. I'm going to share with you today one of the biggest things I reckon is one of the best ways of losing body fat and then being able to keep body fat off. Okay, and that's really important because we don't want to be yo-yoing. Okay, I don't look at 6, 8, 12-week challenges or crazy diets that might get us results in the short term, but we're not going to be able to maintain for the long term. Okay, I'm all about lifestyle and I want to incorporate some healthy eating, some physical activity into my daily lifestyle so that I can be at a healthy weight and continue to live life, get the most out of it. Okay, so, got a pie graph up here. Pie. Getting back, got a pie graph up here. Now what this pie graph is showing us is how our body uses energy on a daily basis. So we've got 3 areas. This huge big area in here, about a third or a quarter, okay, here, and a little bit here. So, there's 3 ways that our body burns the energy that we put into it. Energy being food. Okay, this little area here, this little bit, okay, is basically our body producing heat from breaking down food. Okay, it's digestion, okay, a little bit of energy required there. This area, which you might be surprised about, is actually exercise. Okay, and a lot of you I know were thinking that this big part was going to be the exercise and the training that we do. But exercise uses about 20 to 30% of our daily energy. Okay? If we're not exercising, then yes, that's a big chunk that we lose from our daily routine. So that's why it's important to exercise. But that's a different story for another time. This big area is what I want to focus on. Yep, you guessed it, our metabolism. Okay? This is basically the energy needed to keep our body going. Okay? To keep our heart ticking, to keep our brain functioning. Okay? To make sure that we've got the energy so we can jump around with a ball, move around, or sit at a computer and type, or dig a hole, okay? Or lie down and sleep. See, that's the thing with metabolism, is that it's working all the time. And you know what the best thing about it is? There's ways that we can actually increase our metabolism. We can spike it, we can get it up. Which means we can get our metabolism working for us so that when we're sleeping or when we're sitting at our desk, okay, and let's face it, a lot of people are quite sedentary these days. I know myself, I sit at a computer quite a lot. Okay, so I need to make sure that my body's working for me to burn energy while I'm sitting there. Now, 3 ways of doing that. I'm going to help you out and show you what they are. First thing is eating regular meals. Okay, so not doing the traditional 3 meals a day, or not trying to starve yourself with any crazy diet. Okay, we're going to eat 5 to 6 regular meals through the day. So every 2 to 3 hours, we're going to have something. We're not going to have huge meals, but we're going to have something. Okay, now that something should really be incorporating some carbohydrates, some proteins, some good fats, some water, and vitamins and minerals. So we're getting nutrients from all the major food groups. Okay, so regularly eating, that means our body is digesting the food, so this area here is regularly working, even though it's a smaller area, it's still significant. Okay, and that's going to help increase our overall metabolism. Okay, because our body's constantly trying to break down food, to put energy into the muscles that we need to work. Number 2 is doing some resistance training. Okay, one of the biggest things a lot of people don't do is lift weights when they're trying to lose fat, because they think, oh no, weights is just for trying to put on muscle. But it's not, okay? It's one of the most valuable things you can do to burn body fat. Okay, now, if we can actually increase a little bit of lean muscle mass, okay, which is not easy to do, it is challenging to do, then that's going to help increase our metabolism. Okay, so we get into the gym, we get a good program together, okay, or you watch one of my videos on how to actually train with resistance with weights to learn technique and learn how to do it properly, and you work hard, you do your sets and your repetitions, you work yourself, not to exhaustion, but you work pretty hard, okay? You don't go to the gym and you lift little weights and you just look pretty and walk around and chat to people. That's fun, okay? But we get to the gym, we train hard, and that's going to help increase our lean muscle mass. We're not going to suddenly get huge, okay? It's one of the myths around lifting weights, particularly with women, where we think, oh no, I don't want to get big muscles, okay? It's very hard to do that, okay? But by lifting weights, it's going to help stimulate growth hormone, testosterone, these types of hormones in the body which are going to help strip body fat from us. Okay, which is a good thing. That's what we're trying to do. Number 3 is high intensity training. Okay, now if we're sure we can go out and do a 40-minute walk. Okay, during that 40-minute walk, we're wandering along, we're chatting to a friend. Excellent. Yeah, sure, we're using fat as an energy source at that time. But as soon as we stop that training session, our body stops burning fat. So we get out there, we train hard, we do some interval work, okay? We do some short, sharp sprints, or even if we do a walk, and within that walk we do 5 or 6 runs, okay? Or we go up and down some hills, okay? Just make it, within whatever training session you're doing, do something where your heart rate gets up and you get to a point where you're exhausted and you've got to slow down and recover, okay? Even if it's right at the end of your training session, you've gone for a walk and you might, or a slow jog or a ride, whatever it is, and you might, for the last 200, 300 metres or the last minute, just go flat out so that you get home or you get back to your starting point and you're exhausted, okay? That higher intensity training is going to spike your metabolism, okay? It's going to get it working for you over the next 24 hours, okay? The higher the intensity training that you do, the higher you're going to spike your metabolism. Okay? And that means that when you're sleeping that night, your body's still working for you. Okay? So whatever you eat, whatever food you put, whatever fuel you put into your body is going to be being churned. Okay? Now, that is one of the best things you can do. But having said that, high intensity training, you don't want to do too much of it in a week or you're going to overtrain. Okay? So maybe a couple of sessions a week, go flat out, incorporate that in with some easier ones. So there you go, 3 ways where you can increase your metabolism, and that is going to help you lose body fat and keep it off. Okay, there's nothing tough in there. Okay, but it's just a matter of getting out, doing it, and enjoying it. Okay, it's got to come back to fun, but again, that's for another time, and we'll talk about that later. So get out there, up your metabolism, and enjoy it.